guys, how are you? By the way, Mark here and welcome back again here on our YouTube channel, Happy TV. So today we'll be doing again crossbreeding video, but aside from that, we'll be checking how to select the best lace pattern guppies for show, especially for the beginners, as a guide for them to have a good quality gupfish pattern. And by the way, selecting the best lace pattern gupfish for show, you know, involves evaluating various factors such as the color, pattern, symmetry, fineage, and overall health of the fish. And of course, here are some steps that you can follow to choose the best lace pattern gupfish for show. First, you need to research the standard. Familiarize yourself with the standard guidelines or requirements for lace pattern guppies, and most especially in show competition, and understand the ideal characteristics and traits that judges look for when evaluating lace pattern guppies. And of course, you need to attend shows. Visit guppy shows or exhibitions to observe and learn from experienced breeders and judges, and observe from them the features that judges prioritize when selecting the winning fish. And of course, you need to evaluate your gupfish coloration and look for intense and vibrant colors that are true to the standard for lace pattern guppies. And the body color should be solid and consistent without any blotches or uneven patches, and avoid fish with dull or faded colors. That's what I always want you to do, right? And assess pattern. Examine the lace pattern on the body of the guppy. It should have well-defined and symmetrical lace markings that are evenly spread across the body. And the pattern should be clear and distinct, without any breaks or irregularities, because that's what we are hoping for, especially when we do crossbreeding. And the edges of the lace pattern should be crisp and sharp. And of course, you need to check their symmetry, because symmetry is crucial in guppy shows. The lace pattern on both sides of the fish body should be mirror image of each other. And look for evenness in pattern distribution and ensure there are no significant differences between the left and the right sides of the fish. And of course, you need to consider also their fins, because the fins of the lace pattern guppy should be well developed and in proportion to the body size. And the caudal fin or the tail fin, the caudal fin or the tail fin should be symmetrical with no deformities or excessive branching. The dorsal fin should be upright and not dropping, and you need to pay attention to the shape and size and fineage of the fish. And of course, you need to assess their health and condition, because a healthy fish is more likely to be successful in your show. Because no matter how beautiful your gupfish are, but if they are not in a good condition, your gupfish will be lost just like that. And of course, from your gupfish, you need to look for active and energetic fish that swim gracefully. And you need to check for any signs of diseases, parasites, or physical deformities. And the fish should have a good body condition with no visible signs of stress and malnutrition. And of course, you need to seek expert opinions, of course. Of course, if you are a newbie in this hobby, you need to seek expert opinions. And if possible, consult experienced breeders or judges for their opinions and guidance. And I know they can provide valuable insights to you and help you understand the finer details of selecting guppy, and especially the lace pattern guppy fish for a show. And you need to remember that breeding and developing show quality guppies require experience, patience, and dedication. And I know it may take time to develop an eye for identifying the best lace pattern guppies, so keep learning and observing and refining your judgment over time. I know you can do it. So in choosing the best lace pattern, you need to see if it's possible they have zeburnous bars, which help be evaluated for caudal color. And the dorsal shape is based on the caudal shape as in other classes. And the color of the caudal or dorsal is not usually dark, so the intensity of other color is not expected much in the caudal color or dorsal color. And the color of the caudal tail and dorsal fin should match, and that's very important. And the dorsal may have dots or plain dorsal fin, and the body should have a fine dots on their body, and discard the rest which have big dots which fall into other pattern like galaxy, medusa, or snakeskin. So you need to be more particular when seeing or when selecting uh, their body pattern, just like that. And so during night video setting, just like here in the video, as what you can see, other than non-ribbon male has big dots on its body, and if you notice it, so we'll choose other male which has a finer pattern on their body as well as the fine lace pattern on its caudal fins. So yeah, even if it's a ribbon type male, in my own experience, 30% chance that our ribbon male here will impregnate the female. But if not, we will circumcise the male. We will circumcise the male as soon as what we do in our previous video on how to circumcise male guppies to help impregnate the female and produce 70 to 90% ribbon type fries. And by the way, this crossbreeding video, I want to create a metal dark red lace. So since these two, the metal electric blue tail and the red lace pattern have somewhat close related genes, so we'll be choosing this pair for our project. And we have already our metal electric blue tail male here. And by the way, it's so important to follow our rules in crossbreeding gupfish. So first of all, you need to select a virgin female to have a good result. And to those new here, if you forgot our rules in crossbreeding or creating gupfish strain, you can check back our previous video, or here are some important things. And sometimes you may ask, if you, especially when you are beginning doing crossbreeding, sometimes you are asking, what are the important things to consider before crossbreeding gupfish? And here are some important things to consider before breeding gupfish or doing the crossbreeding. You need to check for genetic compatibility. Ensure that the guppies you plan to crossbreed are genetically compatible. Guppy strains with similar genetic backgrounds are more likely to produce viable and healthy offspring. And you need to avoid crossing guppies with significantly different genetic origins or strains. That's what I always advise, especially to our subscribers or to our viewers who are new to this hobby. And of course, you need to avoid crossing guppies with significantly different genetic origins, as what I've told you before, as it may result in weak or non-viable offspring. And in your breeding goals, you need to clearly define your breeding goals and objectives. Determine the specific traits, patterns, or colors you want to develop or enhance in the offspring. And having a clear vision of your desired outcomes will guide you breeding decisions and help you select the appropriate parent, especially when you are doing you are selecting parent fish for your crosses. And selecting parent fish, choose the parent fish carefully based on your desired traits and characteristics. And you need to select males and females that possess the traits you aim, especially when you're developing or improving in traits you aim to develop or improve in the offspring. And ensure that both parents are healthy, of course, vigorous, and free from any genetic or physical abnormalities. Cross compatibility. Consider the compatibility of the selected parent fish. Some guppy strains may have different body shapes or fineage that may not be compatible for successful breeding. It is important to assess whether the physical attributes of the potential parent fish are compatible and will result in viable offspring. And breeding environment, you need to create a suitable breeding environment for your breeder fish, and provide appropriate water conditions, and including pH and water quality, to optimize breeding success. And ensure that the tank or breeding setup is spacious enough for the parent fish to engage in courtship. Maintain detailed records of the parent fish and crossbreeding dates and other relevant information, because we don't know because sometimes you forgot those important details if this is from line 1 or line 2, so you need to do record keeping. This documentation also will help you to track the lineage and monitor the progress of the crossbreed offspring and make informed decision for future breeding. patience and observation. You know, this is very important, guys, because crossbreeding guppies may involve multiple generations before desired traits are consistently expressed. It requires patience, of course, as the offspring may exhibit a wide range of traits and variations. You need to observe and evaluate the offspring carefully, documenting their characteristics and selecting the individuals that align closest with your breeding goals. Yeah, you need to. That's why you need to check for that. So this tank here is our line 1 and the other one is our line 2. And of course you need to remember that successful crossbreeding requires time, dedication, and willingness to learn from the outcomes and keep detailed records and adapt your breeding strategies based on observations and results. And enjoy the process of creating unique and desirable guppy strains. And by the way, I just noticed here from the Dark Knight strain, we have acquired a cute round tail here. So we'll keep it because I want to create also a blue-like panda strain. And by the way, this is the result of inbreeding, if some of you ask about it. So I guess that's it, and I'll be updating you soon, guys, what will be the result of our crossbreeding project. And I'll promise to update you consistently because I'm planning to show you what is really going on in our project. And also I'm really grateful, guys, at the same time to our subscribers and viewers who really supported us up to this day, and hoping soon I could share to you some of our strain here. I guess after 1 month or so. So we'll be conducting a raffle in our FB page, so make sure to follow it for more details. And I guess that's all, guys, so please be safe everyone. See you in our next video. God bless everyone. Bye bye.